Ron's ex-girlfriend, Elaine Boyes, was called to give evidence against the man she'd known as David Davis.
I thought, I'm not going to look at him. I'm purposely not going to make any eye contact. But of course, once I was in there, I did glance, and when I looked at him, I thought how much he'd aged, and also he was grey, but he still looked like the Mr. Davis who was very smart, very grand.
Elaine's evidence was damning, because she could explain the background to their friendship and why he had a motive for murder.
Ron Platt represented a real threat to Albert Walker, because Albert Walker had been using Ron Platt's name and details, and if he had been exposed, someone would have said, who is this man who has been calling himself Ron Platt?
On day 8 of the trial, it was Albert Walker's turn to take the stand.
When Albert Walker went into the witness box, it was obviously something of an electric moment.
They weren't sure whether he was going to give evidence, and I hoped and prayed that he would, because I thought to myself that if he gives evidence, people will see him for what he really is. When he was on the stand, he was very confident, very charming again, charming to the judge, very relaxed.
Albert Walker obviously had a problem in presenting his case because he had to accept that he was a man on the run who was using a false identity.
He admitted on the stand that Ron may have been murdered, but it wasn't him.
But for once, Albert Walker failed to convince his audience. The jury took just 2 hours to find him guilty of Ron Platt's murder. He was sentenced to life imprisonment.